Hey, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Jamaicans.com. Welcome to My Temple Wellness. I'm so excited to be back out here with you guys. So, I've been gone for a long time. I know I've been gone for several months. I did my season 1, I did my season 2, and then I wasn't here and I was scheduled to come back towards the end of last year, but so much going on. All good things, I have to say, all good things. But I'm happy to be back out here with you guys live and direct. We are doing a little different format. As you see, I'm not in my kitchen. I'm not standing up. I'm actually sitting down. I'm taking a load off. And I'm actually just going to be doing some presentation for you guys today, a little PowerPoint presentation. And I want you guys to get your pens ready. We're going to be talking about kidneys today. So it's the National Kidney Awareness Month is today, not today, I'm sorry, March is Awareness Month for kidney, and I'm going to be talking about the kidney. I want you guys to stay tuned. I'm going to take care of a couple of housekeeping things before we do. But how are you guys doing? I'm going to turn on the comments. So if you want to go ahead and make some Wagwan, Mr. Stickity, I don't know how to pronounce that. But yeah, guys, go ahead, start putting in your comments, and I'm going to be having them show up here on the screen. A little new format, all right? So bear with me as I get to get accustomed to this new format out here. Hi, Annette. Hi, Miss Juliet. You did come back after all, Miss Juliet. You were on my page earlier as I was letting y'all know that I'm going to be out here today. Yeah, so this is going to be today about kidney. We are going to be chatting it up about kidney. You can ask some questions, but I'll be doing a PowerPoint, so give me some time to get through the PowerPoint, and then you can ask your questions along the way as you have them. But I want to say big up to all the women. It is International Women's Day today and International Women's Month, right? So we're celebrating women all month, and today is the actual day for International Women's Day. And so to all of you, all you moms, all you aunts, to my mom, to my aunties, to all my friends, to my sisters, I love you guys all so very much. And so to all the women out there, the strong women, I want to encourage you to support women. Let's support each other, because a lot of times we find that women don't necessarily support women. And so let's support each other. Let's big each other up. Let's take care of each other. It's so important for us to do that. Yeah, so happy to be back with you guys. It's a great time to be back. Hey, Miss Sophia Murphy. I'm seeing a lot of folks who used to be on my other series coming out today. So it's really nice to see you all. So yeah, and also thank you Jamaicans.com for having me back on the platform. I'm excited to be back. I know you guys missed me. I'm trying to think what else. All right, let's jump right in, guys. So if you don't have any questions, or if you don't want to share anything at this time about what you've been up to, what have you guys been up to? Anybody been doing anything exciting over the last few months? I had a great weekend. How was your weekend? What have you guys been up to? What have you guys been doing? Anyone gonna share a little bit about what they've been up to? In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and get my PowerPoint ready for you guys, and we're gonna jump right into our conversation today. Working from home, yes, I know. Likewise, I've been working from home myself. I go in the field every now and then because I'm a community nutritionist, so sometimes I have to go into the field and I see, hang out with folks in the community. I just started a new education class with the community. I'm also doing mental health training. So if you guys want some of that, I'm going to send you over to my website. So if you're not aware, my website is mytemplewellness.com. And I didn't even introduce myself. So my name is Deborah Johnson, and I'm a plant-based nutritionist. I haven't been on it so long, I forgot the process, but I'm a plant-based nutritionist, and my brand is pretty much all about sharing nutrition education and wellness services, not just for organizations, but for individuals as well. All right. And so that is what my brand is all about. I preach all the time that the body is a temple. And so you'll always hear me talking about that, but also talking a lot about plants as a plant-based nutritionist. All right. So yeah, as I said before, it's National Kidney Awareness Month. And what I'm going to do Okay, Sophia, you said you're doing a 14-day cleanse. How is that going, Sophia? How is that coming along? That is really cool. Working from home. Okay, because of COVID, using Zoom or similar platform for meetings, says Dehan. I hope I'm saying Brandy. I'm going to go with the middle name, Brandy. Yeah, Lent, no meat, right? Now you guys don't have a choice because some of y'all are on Lent. What are you going to do? And today's Meatless Monday. So you're not supposed to be having meat on Mondays anyway, guys. Did you forget we have Meatless Mondays? Um, do you work with teens? Yes, I work with so the youngest I've worked with are middle schoolers, but I work with teenagers. I work with everyone. Older population right now. I'm focusing a lot on the older population within my community. So middle age to older population, but I also work with teens and even younger than that. Okay, so Sophia said it's been going well. She's been juicing and doing herbs and no meat. So that's going to be, you're going to see some great results after you're done, Sophia. I'm looking forward to keep me posted on how you do with this cleanse. All right, Sophia, I definitely want to know more about that. All right, so I'm going to jump into our presentation. Remember that you can ask questions along the way and I will try to address them. I'm going to save some time at the end. We're only on for 30 minutes. So it's going to be quick and short. And then I'm going to take one last comment before I go into the PowerPoint. So Brandy said, I just had roast beef. My dad dropped dinner off for us. I cannot cook but bake very well. Okay, that's cool. That's why, so if you can't cook, then you know what? You can have raw vegetables and raw fruits. Don't need no cooking. You could try that too. All right, Brandy. But that sounds like some good food that your dad dropped off. It's nice when our family can help. Our family can care for us too, right? All right, so let's jump right into my PowerPoint for today. I'm going to become really small on the screen for a second here. All right, and bear with me. All right, so let's hide that. All right, so as I said before, March is National Kidney Month, and so we are going to be talking about the kidneys. Let me just make sure that you can see everything nice and clear here. Okay, just bear with me, guys. Okay. I'm trying to get this right here on the screen so you can see all of it. My screen is acting up. It doesn't look like you can see everything. No, you cannot see everything. Bear with me. This is what happened. I know all of you who are on Zoom and who does all this live stuff and screen sharing. This is what happens. It's incredible. Let me get rid of this here so you all can see this better. All right, hang on a second, guys. Give me just a second. Share screen. Could you turn it down? Yeah. All right, much better. Okay, there we go. I love y'all's patience. I appreciate your patience with me, all right? Okay. I'm trying to get this banner off, but that's all right. Let's just go right into our presentation. Okay. All right. So let's talk about, before we go any further, I do want to do this medical disclaimer with you all so you are aware. I am a nutritionist. I have a master's degree in nutrition. However, I'm not a medical doctor. And so I want you to be aware that all the information that I'm going to be providing today during this presentation is really intended for informational purposes only. And so it's not intended for you to treat yourself or even diagnose yourself. I want you to go to your doctor should you have specific medical questions, speak to your doctor. All right. Because that's what you need to do should you feel that you have some medical concerns. All right. So we're going to be talking, as I said before, about the kidney, and the kidney is very important. Two very important organs that we have in our bodies. We have two of them, like I said before, and they are located in your back, beneath your rib cage. All right, so right below your rib cage, you find your two kidneys. They are about a fist size, right? So that's about 4 to 5 inches. All right, and that's the size of each one. All right. The length really of each one. All right. And it's really a smooth surface, especially if it's a healthy kidney, it's going to be a smooth surface. Now, what generally happens is your kidney is used to filter any type of unwanted things that come into the body, and it brings everything out through your urine. Okay, so it's going to be traveling and going into the bladder. It'll hang out there for a bit, and then it'll go out and be, turn into urine. All right, and so that's really what the kidney is doing. That's one of the function of the kidney. The kidney is used to do quite a few things. It's a complex organs, and so we're going to talk a little bit about what it actually does. All right, so again, as I said, it's one of the most complex organs in the body. It purifies the blood, and it runs about 25% of the blood on a daily basis, right? 25% of the blood gets run through the kidney on a daily basis. And it's about 200 liters of blood per day that's actually, being filtered by the kidney. So it goes around several times, is being purified several times throughout the day. All right. And it's really working to get rid of the waste in the body. Any type of waste products the kidney is using to, along with the liver, of course, is getting rid of the waste products, right? And as I said before, it's forming urine, which comes out here, okay, through the bladder, all right, from the bladder into the urethra and out, all right, from our bodies. So one of the things I'm going to be talking about a little bit more is that it's taking also the drugs, whether it be medication or over-the-counter drugs, it's clearing that out of your body. Okay, and so we'll talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. It also have hormonal functions, right, including and preventing anemia and absorbing vitamin D. So vitamin D, when you take it in, it's actually the kidney needs to do work with it, right? Basically, I'm just going to keep it simple. So the kidney has to do some work in order to get you to really utilize the vitamin D that you're getting in your body. And sometimes you find yourself deficient, even if you're ingesting vitamin D, eating lots of vitamin D rich foods. If the kidney is not working properly, it's not going to really take care of that vitamin D and provide it for you. And it's the same with anemia. Some folks will end up with anemia because the kidney, one of the things that the kidney does, it's great for the red blood cells. It produces red blood cells. It helps with the formation of red blood cells. All right. And so if you find that you might, you have anemia, sometimes it's because the kidney is not working to its proper function. It also maintains your blood pressure. So it keeps your blood pressure balanced. And so that's a very important thing to be aware of. Now, when it comes to kidney issues, and this is really why we want to have this conversation, is to recognize that there are some folks who are dealing with kidney issues. Now, there are different stages, and we want to be above stage 1, where there are no concerns, where we are having 90% or higher functioning of our kidneys. And so how do you know whether or not your kidney is functioning properly? You need to check with your doctor. And so a yearly exam, blood work, or urine sample will identify whether or not what's called GFR. It's really the filtration rate of this thing, glomerular filtration rate, right? That's going to let you know, your doctor know, whether or not your kidney is functioning properly. So stage 1, 90% or 90, the rate is 90 or higher, you're good, right? Generally. And then stage 2 and 3, it's still somewhat okay. Your kidney is functioning properly. You have a moderate, use of your kidney, but it's not as bad as if you were to get to, let's say, stage 4, which is considered to be a severe loss of kidney function, and then stage 5, which is known as kidney failure. And that's when you're in the chronic kidney disease state, right? And if you're in a stage 4, late stage 4, late stage 4 and stage 5, that's when your doctor is actually thinking about whether or not you should be on some type of care plan like dialysis. We want to stay out of those stages, all right? And that's why I'm here. I want to encourage you to get your medical, your physicals, to make sure you're getting your blood work done, that you're keeping check on this on an annual basis. When I go to my doctor's office, I get a printout or I have an access online and I can check this number, and it's a GFR. Again, you want to keep track of that number. Your doctor's tracking it, of course, but you want to take a look at it as well, because one of the important things when it comes to taking care of yourself is you have to ask questions, but also be in the know of what's happening in your body. So if you're noticing a change and you're seeing some numbers not looking right, you can ask your doctor about it. If you find yourself in stage 2, for example, and your doctor have not said anything to you about it, you might want to ask the question, hey, I noticed that my GFR number is 89 or 70. What's going on here? Do I need to do anything? We're going to talk about what you can do next. But before that, let's talk about how do you know if you have any type of kidney issues? So in addition to going and getting blood work done, you also want to look out for some of these signs. Now, the first thing I want to say, and that's listed here on my list, is it's asymptomatic, which means that it's silent. There are no symptoms. Okay, so you're not going to necessarily see something happening to you physically, right? You might not feel any pain in your back. None of those things might happen. And so it's really important for you to do the test. That's, like I said, annually, and keep an eye on that. But here are some of the things that you can look out for. So sometimes you'll find swelling in the face, swelling in the legs as well. And so you want to keep a lookout for that. And, swelling in the legs could also be something else as well. So either way, if you find swelling in the legs, you need to go to the doctor. Not necessarily could be a kidney issue, but it could be something else. So you want to make sure that you're looking out for that. Back pain, I said that before. So right below, if you want to even put your hands back there right now, right below your rib cage in your lower back area are your 2 kidneys. And so if you have a lot of back pain constantly and you find yourself always having back pain, you want to get it checked out. Not to say that that's what it is, but you want to get it checked out. You want your doctor to eliminate any kind of concern for kidney, right? So definitely look into that if you find yourself having any issues with that, with back pains. Blood in your urine, sure sign, and that is because there's a protein called albumin, right, which leaks out, right, because there's excess amount of protein found in the blood when you have an issue with your kidneys, all right? And so you're going to see a lot of foaming and froth in your urine. And so you want to also, think about that. But specifically when it comes to urine in your, blood in your urine, you want to get that checked out right away. Also decrease in urine output. So you're going to the bathroom less. That's something for you to also look out for. Now, what are some of the things that can damage your lovely kidneys? Diabetes, type 2 diabetes to be specific, is one of the major causes of kidney damage. So you want to, if you have type 2 diabetes, you want to really manage that, because that is a sure sign. And especially if you have to take medication. Remember, we talked about medication, that if you're having to take medication, the body has to filter that through the kidneys. All right. High blood pressure, that is another common reason for people to have damage to the kidney. And those are 2 of the leading causes of people who really end up on dialysis as well. So I want to point that out. And I know people who are on dialysis, and it's not something you want to, that's not a stage you want to get to, right? You don't want to get to a stage where you have to be on dialysis, all right? Polycystic kidney disease, that's when you see here, you can see there's a lot. Remember, I mentioned to you when a healthy kidney is nice and smooth, but an unhealthy kidney will have all of this cyst all on it. And so that's one of the things that can also obviously will cause damage to the kidney. Smoking. If folks are still smoking, guys, you need to put down the cancer stick as some people call it. You want to put down the cigarette, all right? You want to put down the smoking because that is going to damage your body. Now, we know that smoking also causes a lot of other issues in the body, right? So it's not just with kidney disease. It's also with a whole host of other, causes other issues in the body as well. Heart problems. So if you're having a heart issue, a lot of times is connected to kidney. So what affects the heart also affects the kidney and vice versa. All right. So you should know that, right? So take care of your heart. It's very important. Any type of infection in the body or any type of immune issues can also cause this damage to your kidney. Now, the good news is, because I like to give some good news, the good news is you can actually care for your kidney before it gets to any terrible state. Before you get to stage 4 or 5, you want to think about kidney foods that are good for your kidney. Now, a good plant-based diet has been proven to be the best diet for your kidney, really, for the body. You guys know that already. I've been preaching that for a long time, so you should know by now. So you want to consider having a plant-based diet, and also while you're eating that plant-based diet, it's also important to avoid certain foods, right? So you're avoiding the fried foods, the red meat, lots of caffeine, right? So there's caffeine in a lot of different things. Sweeteners, we know we're going to talk about labels, and I've talked about labels on here before. We've discussed that. You got to look out for sweeteners, artificial sweeteners, and just any type of excess sugar that you can find in your diet. You want to avoid all of that because that is also playing a role in affecting your kidney. Again, it's the filtration system. It's getting all this stuff out of your body. So whatever junk we put in, the kidney has to deal with it. And we want our kidney to be nice and happy, like this little pink one here, and not like this dark, what color, like a burgundy looking color. We want it to be happy, smiling with a smile, not with a frown, right? Again, limit the medications, especially over the counter. I want to say something about this. Ladies and gentlemen, whenever you have a headache, whenever you have some type of pain, try to identify the real reason for that pain, the real reason why you're having that headache. Maybe you're just tired. Maybe you're dehydrated and all you need is a glass of water, right? So you don't want to just pop these pills because, again, the kidney has to deal with it, right? So you want to be sure that you're looking out for and avoiding taking too much pain meds just because you're having a headache, right? I generally don't get headaches. And even when I do, the first thing I do, I go for a glass of water and I think, did I get a good night's sleep last night? No, I'm not taking any pills. I'm going to drink a couple of glasses of water and make sure that night I'm in my bed early so I could really get rid of that headache, right? Obviously, if it's long lasting, you need to do what you need to do. But I just want to point that out, guys. Try to minimize the amount of times that you are popping these over-the-counter pills because it's not just, prescription drugs that causes effects on our kidney, but also, it's not just these, prescription drugs. It's also over-the-counter drugs, all right? And again, blood pressure management, diabetes management, you want to be keen to look at that. Exercising, making sure that you are staying fit, guys. So this morning, I'll tell you a quick story. This morning, so I had a full day today, right? I have meetings back to back to back. So this morning I was up, I had to get on a 9 o'clock call. And then from 9, I jumped on a 10:30 call. From 10:30, I jumped off. I had a 1 o'clock training. From that, I had to jump off, take care of a few things. I mean, it was just a full day. And I didn't think that I was going to be able to get my exercise in. But I also know that when I exercise, I feel amazing. So I just said, you know what, I'm going to do 10 minutes. And I got the best 10 minutes in. By the time I was done, it was high intensity. So by the time I was done, I was sweating. I felt great. And so I want to encourage you to do that. That is something that you want to do. You don't want to avoid your exercise when you're busy, when you have so much going on. You want to still do that because exercising is a great help for you, right? When it comes to kidneys and just in general for your health. Water. I just showed you my water. It's almost finished. There's not much left in here, but I drink as much as I can that my body requires. So I drink at least 2 of these. And then I also have my tea. So a lot of times you catch me drinking tea. And so I'm making sure I'm getting my fluids in, right? The kidney loves water. So you want to increase your intake of water. However, if you already have any kind of kidney issues, guys, you want to speak to your doctor, because that is something that you don't want to take too much of as well, because that's also an effect on your kidney. And we already mentioned smoking, right? So no smoking, we want to avoid that. So here we're coming down to the end, we're winding down. So foods that promote kidney health, because we want to eat the things that's going to really help our bodies as well. Garlic, cabbage, love cabbage, right? Jamaicans do the cabbage cut up with the what's that thing called? I used to call it bully beef, corned beef, right? So we do that. But the corned beef is not necessarily good for you. So you might want to just have some sliced cabbage with some onions and garlic. That's a nice meal already here with all these different items. The cauliflower, again, same thing, cut up with some garlic, steam it with some onion and a little bit of olive oil. And of course, we have a lot of berries. Berries are excellent for everything. So make a nice berry smoothie and you're good to go. All right. So you want to ensure that you're having those type of foods in your diet. When it comes to acidic foods, you can have what's called acidosis. So avoiding high acid food is really important. You want to eat more alkaline rich foods. And with that being said, I want to highlight now, I want to tell you about this book. I love this book. This is an alkaline plant-based diet book. So I mentioned to you already that a plant-based diet is really important for your kidneys. And so this is a great book. If you're looking, it has a lot of information about, what to avoid, but also recipes are in the back that talks about an alkaline, that are alkaline rich. All right. So you want to do that. You want to eat rich alkaline diet, which is really a plant-based diet. But this is a book, if you want here is I hope you can see, yeah, alkaline plant-based diet. It's based on CB's work. All right. So that's what you want. You want to eat a lot of foods that are alkaline rich. And that's really what you want to do to promote your health, not just with your kidneys, guys. This is really for everything, but specifically for kidneys, alkaline diet is going to be good. So let's just recap, guys. So quarter of the blood that the body pumps goes through the kidney. So a lot of your blood that's pumping every day, it has to go through your kidney. 25% to be exact goes through your kidneys on a daily basis, right? And so the kidneys, unfortunately, one of the things that you should know is that it cannot really be repaired once you get to the late stage 4 and 5, which I said before. Generally, you're going to require dialysis, and you don't want to be on dialysis, because if you know anyone who's on dialysis, they'll tell you the strain, the stress, and actually lifespan is reduced when you are on dialysis, right? So keep that in mind. Okay, try to avoid that. And that's why early diagnosis is really key. So you want to go for your physicals. You want to make sure you're getting blood work done, get that GFR number, and find out if you're in any type of stage that, you can really correct quickly. Now, risk versus benefit is important, right? So even over the counter stuff, like I said before, can be toxic to your body. So you want to hydrate, drink your water. If you have to go for an MRI or a CAT scan, make sure it's absolutely necessary, because some of them you're having to take the dye. I've had to do it, and you have to take the dye in your body. When you're doing those CAT scans and MRIs, drink a lot of water to get rid of that stuff out of your body, right? It's the same when you're taking medication. They always tell you drink water, and they're telling you that not just because, they're telling you that because it's really important to really flush your system, get rid of, help the kidneys. That's really what you're doing when you're drinking a lot of water. All right. And then kidney patients tend to accumulate acid in their blood, which we just talked about. So a plant-based diet is preferred to prevent the acid load in the body. So you want to keep that in mind, guys. Remember, get the book if you want. If you want me to, I'll put the link after so you can see where you can grab this book. I forgot how much I paid for it. Yeah, recipes included as well, like I said. So that's really a great deal. Get more involved in your own health care. Okay, guys, that's really key here. You want to get involved in your own health care. I have this document that I'd like to share with you. So if you do want it, go to my website and I will share this document. It's pretty much summarizing everything that I've said to you. And it's from the National Kidney Association. As I said before, in conjunction with what we're saying here today, I want you guys to really, be mindful of your kidneys. All right. That is so important because the body's a temple. You guys know that's my message. That's what I'm always telling you. The body's a temple. You have to care for it. And so I really hope that this was helpful for you all today. I'm going to check the comments before I head out to see if anyone have any questions. And I'll try to throw these up here. So offshore, great information. That's great. I'm glad that you think that. I did plant-based for a while and got bored. I know. So when you get bored, it's time to try different things and also follow my Temple Wellness, because I do share some creative recipes, and I try to remix them. So they're mostly, I do try to incorporate my culture. So I'm Jamaican, you guys know. So I try to incorporate that. Yeah, I would start again too if I were you. And okay, when it comes to plant-based, guys, if you feel like having a piece of fish or you feel like having a piece of chicken, go ahead. Don't restrict yourself. That's what a lot of people feel. And I'm going to cut out just now, go over just a couple of minutes just to share my own personal story. When I started, to go plant-based, I didn't just go all the way. I started very slowly. I started by cutting out the meat at first, which was hard because I love oxtail. And then next thing you know, didn't have a taste for it anymore. Then it was chicken. Okay. Again, very hard. And then slowly fish. Now I'll say this, once in the blue, if I'm traveling or something like that, and I feel like having a piece of fish, I will. I'm not, I'm not at that stage where I'm completely not having anything at all. I'll have a small piece of fish if I feel for it. Right. So do not deprive yourself to the point where you're feeling like I cannot have anything. Great. Thank you for following. Yeah, it's going to be important for you to take your time if you want to go plant-based and recognize that you don't have to go rip the Band-Aid off. Take your time and do it at your own pace. All right. Sophia Murphy says, I have a patient on dialysis and it's a struggle preparing meals. So important to take off of your bodies. Exactly. Thank you for sharing that. Lived experience, when a person have some experience with someone or their own self, it's always nice to hear someone sort of shed some light on it as well, because the care that it takes to really care for yourself once you're in dialysis, it gets even more complicated because then you have to think about how much potassium and phosphorus, because there's a lot of things that person with the kidney issue are no longer able to necessarily, you can't just eat, like I have a banana here that's been sitting here from God send morning. They can't just pick up and eat 2 or 3 bananas because there's a lot of potassium in banana, right? So, it becomes a lot more complicated, Sophie. I'm sure that you can attest to that it's really kind of, it becomes really, like she said here, a struggle to really prepare these meals. So yeah, try to avoid even going in that state. All right, guys. And last comment before I'm going to end this broadcast. So I'm planning to start making juices and stuff for my kids. That's great. I've seen too many people I know get sick. Yeah. And nowadays too, guys, you have to think about it. Our bodies are heavily stressed because of the pandemic, because of the, just the fact that we've been isolated. So stress also caused a lot of issues in the body, right? And when it comes to nutrition and psychology, our mind, there is a connection between our mental health and between the foods that we're eating and how it affects our mental health. And also our mental health and our stress level affects, our bodies in a real way. And I'll do a class on that because I have a certificate in nutritional psychology. So at some point I'll share a little bit on that as well. But I don't want you guys to take anything for granted. I want you all to, you're signing up for the class. That's great, Sophia. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to share my website for those of you who want to take that class with me. Where is it? So yeah, you go to my website if you want to take the class and register. I have a class coming up on March 20th. So that's my class, my next class that I have. There might be one before that. So I'd love for you guys to take that course. It's going to give you a certificate so you become certified in mental health first aid, and you'll be able to help people around you that might be, having depression, and even helping yourself. And I've been teaching that class. That's why I've been so busy, because it's been a big demand for that class. So sign up if you get a chance. Otherwise, guys, I'm going to sign out. It was great to be here. I'm 5 minutes over my 30 minutes. Please follow me on My Temple Wellness. All right. I want you guys to follow my Temple Wellness Facebook page, Instagram, and I will be sharing, I share recipes on there, different things. But also, I want to hear from you. What do you want to see now that I'm back? What do you want to see? I'm always going to be focusing on, the health calendar. So I'll always be choosing something that's going on the health calendar. Like this month, like I said, was kidney awareness month. So I'll always try to focus on that. But also, I would like to do some other topics with you guys. So let me know if you have some other things that you want to see, and I will definitely try to oblige. And yeah, I'm back. Thank you, Sophie, Sophia, for welcoming me back. I'm happy to be back out here with you guys. And I'm going to take it to the kitchen a couple of times. So we won't always be sitting down. But for now, we're going to sit down because I want you guys to really get this education piece. That is my brand. My brand is about educating. So once I educate you, my goal is to alleviate and hopefully eliminate all the health risk concerns, right? We want to reduce your concern for any type of health issues. All right. And so that's my brand. That's my message is really education. All right. So I love you guys. I'm going to go. And until next Monday, again, I changed my time to 5. I don't think I made a big stink about that, but I did. So I'm on at 5, a little bit earlier. Hopefully that works for you guys. All right. So until next time on a walk good, and make sure that you guys are eating your vegetables. All right. So I'll see y'all soon. Enjoy your Monday. Meatless Monday, that is. Okay. If you didn't already cook, if you cook already, it's fine. But if you didn't already cook, try to make it meatless. All right. I'll see you all soon. All right. Walk good. Eat your veggies.